Welcome to episode 2 of season 2 here in the Journeyman save. Thank you for all of your support on the first episode of this second season here at Henan. We are hopefully going to be relatively successful in what I think we both agree, both you guys and me, is probably going to be a short spell in Chinese football. I kind of view it as a bit of a stopgap, and it seems you guys agree because we obviously are floating the idea of maybe bringing someone from a previous club with us, and the general consensus is wait until our next club before we do so. I agree. So I don't think we're going to be looking to bring anyone from Wellington Phoenix to Henan, but we will hopefully try and buy from within. We've got some money to spend. We've got a transfer window coming up. We're going to look to try and be as successful as we possibly can be, basically, in the remainder of this season, and then probably move on again. Although you guys obviously get the chance to vote on what happens at any given moment. But I think we all agree that we achieved in Wellington. This is more about kind of proving to the rest of the world that we can relatively achieve elsewhere as well before then getting a third move, a third club that is perhaps a step up from the kind of level that we're at the minute. It's not necessarily a sideways step from the A-League to the Chinese Super League. There is a slightly higher caliber of player in this division thanks to the nature of the finances that are available from kind of an influx of money about a decade ago, basically. So we do have some higher rated players in this league than we do or did in the A-League, but certainly, I mean, the gap's only 6 points to top spot. We're only halfway through the season. There's no reason why we couldn't try and put Henan to the top of the table and win the Chinese Super League. But I think it's more about proving that we can inherit a squad, achieve relatively with that squad, do well with that squad, whilst adding to it with whatever finances we have available, to then justify getting a slightly bigger move as our next club comes along. We obviously won our first game that we played here at Henan in the last episode, and we're very, very pleased to do so, albeit only by 3-2 against Peng Peng. We next have it's Zhejiang, and then we will be into the summer transfer window. Then it's Yatai, and then the transfer window is still obviously open in August as well, and it will be Qingdao that we have there. So we'll play those three today, whilst potentially doing some transfer business in this episode as well. We have, as we mentioned previously, about £2 million to spend. 2.4, is it? Maybe? Budget, what on Chase? Yeah, 2.4. I was looking on the wrong page. So we've got £2.4 million to spend. Thanks to your feedback in the comments section, I've added some names to the shortlist from this division. We think it's probably the right thing to do to sign from within. I do have Altai there. If I'm going to sign anyone from Wellington, then it would be someone that achieved for me, but not someone I'd want to use at an even bigger club. So Altai's probably that guy, and obviously Kelly Held is someone we'd perhaps look to sign at the next club we maybe move to. We are looking, however, for a centre-back, and I've got a number of options here on the shortlist. Jiang Shenlong was one of the most popular suggestions in the comment section. He's worth more than my entire budget, so probably not. But then there are players that are not far off for less than half the money. I think, obviously, Jiang is only 24, and that's going to add significantly to his overall value. But Park Ji-soo looks great. To be honest, with block and anticipate in there as well as jockey, and to be that good stand tackling wise, that good heading accuracy wise, and that higher level of defensive awareness with 81 jumping, there's a priority at centre-back, that's for sure. We do need a new goalkeeper, really, I think, if we're to do anything this season. 62 rated current starter, 62 rated youth player that isn't quite as good as the current starter. Yes, these two, or either of these, whichever one we might potentially buy, would decline between now and the end of the season. But just like Sean Johnson at Wellington, they'd be good enough, even with that slight decline, to hopefully help us push up the table and maybe challenge for a Chinese Super League title with Henan here this year. I'm not anticipating winning titles every single season, but if the opportunity presents itself to us, then we will try and take that. Obviously, 250 grand, 675 grand, not too much between them, although definitely Yan Yungling is the better player, although Liu Jinzhou has better positioning. Kicking is adding to his overall rating there, though, I think, being 72. And kicking's not that important. So I'm probably going to lean towards Yan Yongling, and he's slightly high rated as well. But I'm going to try and get in Park Ji-soo at centre-back. Then I'm going to try and bring in Yan Zhenling, and we'll see what happens elsewhere throughout the course of the window. There may even be some interest in some of our players. I've got a lot of deadwood. A lot of deadwood. If we can maybe sell 5 50-something rated players to raise enough to bring in one 70 rated player, then obviously we would look to do that. We'll go and play our first game of the day, though, away from home against Zhejiang Pro. They're 14th in the division. There's only 16 teams in the league, I think, so they've only won 1 game so far this year. They have only lost 5, though. They've just drawn a lot, which is a bit familiar at the minute. So let's see what we can do. Try and get a couple of victories back-to-back, and then maybe we might actually be in with a shout at challenging for top spot this season. We'll wait and see. But certainly, I mean, left-back looks like a weak spot as well. It depends how far the money stretches, but goalkeeper and centre-back, definitely going to strengthen the core of the side. Then we can look to see what's left for outside of that. Please do drop the video a like if you're enjoying the save, though. Very much appreciate your support, of course. Thank you to Casino, to Mad Maxi, and to Cameron for your support in the comment section. Do keep those comments coming, and you'll be with a chance of being on the board behind me. Shempong and Nazario led the line superbly well in match day number 1. So let's see what we can do in the next one. It's 4-4-2 for our opponents today as well. They play a slightly more defensive 4-4-2. Ours have kind of pushed the wide men on a little bit. Dongchun Yu in goal, 64, 60 rated right back. The centre backs look decent though. Postignolo at 70 rated is obviously going to be pretty solid to try and get the ball past. Obviously Owusu, Sekire out on the left at 72 rated, and 76 rated Leonardo Lopez de Souza up top with Franco Andrijašević maybe alongside. I mean, that's quite the front three, isn't it? We like to think that we've got a decent attack, but evidently theirs is going to be pretty deadly too. Surprising then that they are where they are in the division, given the nature of that front line, really. But hopefully we can keep them quiet today here, albeit away from home, and then maybe grab back-to-back victories. We know that we're not far off the top of the table. Bit fortunate to find ourselves in the position we are, given when we took the job. See, it's just the nature of reloading the save, etc., in between taking jobs and going from here, there and everywhere. But fingers crossed we can challenge. Would love to. Obviously, the more silverware we get in the early days, it allows us perhaps the luxury of then being a little bit more patient at other clubs, at larger clubs, in more difficult leagues, to allow ourselves to be like, oh, I've not won anything, so I really want to win something now. Actually, we could be like, well, we've won a couple of league titles already, so we can kind of pick up a project then and feel comfortable enough that we can spend a few years at a club, perhaps, obviously, if you guys vote as such. And then, good save. Then we can justify investing the time in building something up rather than just taking over and trying to achieve immediately. But certainly there is the opportunity to achieve immediately here at Henan. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, indeed. Stay right, son. That's pretty good, isn't it? Top ends. 1-0 down. It's Franco. Great ball over the top. Looking for Leonardo. The touch is good. The save equally as impressive. I had to call the goalkeeper out to come and get to it, but get to it he did. Now, can Huang get this inside? He can. And Nazario looking for the run of a Shempong. Touch needs to be good, and it is. Oh, and the turn's even better. A Shempong! Wow! Just as their goal was an individual solo effort, so was ours. Woof! Love that from a Shempong. The footwork is completely ripping the defender apart. He barely can even turn, and he's a highly rated defender as well. Lucas left behind. Not a great finish from Shempong, actually. Lost his footing, though, but the keeper can't get to it. 1-1. Jesus Christ, they flew into that. Leonardo. Back. Maidana. Denic. And Wang. Chance before half-time, maybe, to take the lead here. Shempong's in. It's pretty deadly, that left foot of Frank Shempong. If anyone is going to lead us to any potential glory in China, I have a funny feeling it might be him. Chunsheng forward to Franco. Nice turn into Leonardo. I'm a little concerned here. We might be in that sort of trouble. Maidana, our best centre-back. Straight red card. It's just a shoulder barge. Well, I dangled a leg as well, but it wasn't malicious at all. Was he the last man? There wasn't much room between there and the goal. I'll have a quick look here as the challenge comes in. I mean, there is another defender there. Is that maybe a bit of a harsh red? It's not a direct denial of a goal-scoring opportunity, is it? Maybe. You'd argue that the other defender there could have maybe got across to it. They'll have the free kick through Leonardo or Ching Jige. And then we'll have to adjust our... Oh, my Lord. Adjust our formation accordingly. They've scored 2 absolute worldies in this one. One from open play from the man on the bench there. And one now through Leonardo from the set piece. I didn't jump with the wall. And if I had it on, I still don't think I would have got there. But that is truly world class. Nicely done by Shina. He tried again. Look for the ball through to Huang. I mean, the 10 men are immediately back in front. I've just changed formation to go 4-4-1 rather than 4-4-2. Shempong is now up top on his own. We've taken Nazario off, but great ball, great run. Tidy finish. Do we only need 10 men to win in China? Maybe. Although if they are to get an equaliser, it's probably going to be an absolute stormer, isn't it? Judging on previous experience. He couldn't believe it. Neither can I. Oh, Leonardo. Oh, and that is why we need a new goalkeeper. Yikes. I think goalkeepers in this division are probably not going to be that good. At least these lower rated ones will be a little bit questionable. Although it does mean plenty of entertainment for you, because goals. To the left-hand side to Zhong. We're going to have to work it centrally now, because the Shempong, because of the nature of FCIQ strike, I can't really move him to be a central striker. He's still on the left-hand side. So if I build down the right, he's just going to be nowhere near the action. So I'm going to have to try and come through the middle, or if I am to go down a flank, down the left, to ensure that I can get it to a Shempong in a central area where he might well stand a chance of scoring a goal, getting himself a hat-trick, and hopefully winning us the game. Although, it might need to be an equaliser, because it's 4-3 now, and I am absolutely certain I want a new goalkeeper. Tenic played in. He's going to have to break beyond the lines here. Shempong making moves. Tenic has some space. Forces the save at Adong. The 10 men pushing. We're not going to give up. We'll try and try and try again to get ourselves level in this game if we can. Here's Huang. He's already got one. Can he add another? Again, forcing the save at Adong. 20 to go here. 7 goals already today. We've only played one game, or part of one game. It was 5 goals in the first game. It was a 3-2. Now it's a 4-3. I'd go as far as to say, don't expect this every week. But at the minute, it is happening every week. So maybe this is the norm for the Chinese Super League. I've absolutely no idea. Dedic out to Huang. Got some substitutions about to be made to try and freshen things up a bit. We've got some really tired players out on the pitch right now. Stamina. No, oh, Christ. Stamina not one of our squad's strong suits, it seems. It's a good ball through, and Cheng is in to maybe make it 5. Flashes past the post. Here come the changes now for me. Change at fullback, change out wide. Hopefully, there's enough in this to maybe find an equaliser. I think a winner's probably beyond this. Not really been able to get a Shempong in at all in this second half, especially since the red card. But he's in now. And surely this is 4-4. It is indeed. Well, if we can score a 4th, we can score a 5th. But they will feel the same. I can't believe there's so many goals. Wang. Then it's with him. Wang could go again and push beyond his man, which is what he's looking to do. And he's in. Oh my God. Wang! Wang! I told you we could score a fifth. This league is ridiculous. I know there's been a lot of goals in the RTG in this third season, so maybe it's just the way that I am playing right now. But I'm scoring lots, I'm conceding lots. And even though we've made it 5-4 with 5 minutes to go, don't rule out there being a 10th goal in this game. Good header by Daifeng. Ashempong, if I can find the pass. Ashempong's in. Oh, he's writing defenders off left, right and centre. It's got a great change of pace shown by Wang. He's got two, and he's got the bit between his teeth here. But would I be better served with 3 minutes added on, certainly, by just keeping hold of possession and wasting time at this stage. We do want to make sure we get the win and don't get pegged back again. Quick 1, 2, 3 maybe. And Denic from here could maybe have a go. It's fired wide, but there's enough time gone that I hope, that is the game in the bag. And the 3 points done and dusted. Owusu, one of their better players. It's deflected. I need to get there first, and we have done. And there is back-to-back victories for Henan FC. Don't ask me how we did it, but we pulled it off, and now the transfer window opens. Let's score 5 every week, but not concede 4 every week. Got a number of players transfer listed now. Some have had bids for them already. It's not much, as you can see. Might be 400 grand there total, but it's 400 grand we didn't have before, and there's still a number of other players that are on the list. We've got a squad size of 32, which obviously is quite big, considering there are a number of players that we don't want and certainly aren't good enough to get the game time. I think probably a goalkeeper is perhaps more important than... can I buy him? Yeah, I was going to say, I can approach him for free because he's got a... his contract is expiring, but I would like to buy him now rather than wait. Market value of 675,000. I'll offer them 450 because his contract is expiring and he's 34. Rui Feng. I don't know if he was one of the men on my transfer list or not. This guy certainly was, but 375 grand. That says to me that he's probably quite highly valued. I'll try Lou instead, and we'll offer 520,000. That's 620. Helps if the numbers were visible, wouldn't it? 520 plus Lou, and they'll say yes. Banging. He's on £6,600 a week. I'd like to think that he'll take a bit of a wage cut to come to us, considering our position in the league. A 2-year deal is probably all he'd want. He might even ask for 1. No, he is happy to take a 2. No release clause is fine by me. Tell me what you want a week. No, okay. How about 5.5? 5.5 grand a week with the opportunity to maybe challenge for the title this year. Yan Junling is going to join us. That is an upgrade from 62 rated to 71 rated in goal. That makes us better. Tang Shu has gone to Wuhan 3 Towns for £120,000. We are raising some funds now to try and bring in more players. I'm probably going to look for a wide man as well, if finances will stretch that far. We've got still ages until our next game. We've got a number of transfer deals currently in the process of being negotiated. We isolated Park Ji-soo. He's not as quick as Guang Tai, but certainly with those play styles, he's going to be so very, very good, surely. And I reckon I can get him for undervaluation as well. So we will offer 800 grand here. Hope that they'll accept that, which they will. Bangin. He's on £7,900,000. £7,900,000. What I just £7,900 a week, which is a lot. But to be fair, judging by what we've got left, we can afford to give him basically what he's currently on. We'll offer him 7, and I'm sure he'll accept that. That is Park Ji-soo in, who initially won't partner alongside the defender I wanted him to partner alongside because he's now suspended. But ultimately, that's a top, yeah, top player. Now we've got 2 70 rated centre-backs. That's going to set us up nicely. So now it's a case of raising as much money as we possibly can and seeing what else we can do with other positions as we progress further through this window. Gao Junyi would be great at left-back. Can play at centre-back as well, to be fair. To be honest, he could probably play in midfield too. So good is Gao Junyi. I really quite like the look of him. We'll wait and see if we can raise any more funds, because I would like to get a winger in too, but we might have to look for a loan somewhere to try and bring someone like that in. That is Yang Yilin off and gone to Meiju Haka. I got an F for that apparently, but I'm not too bothered about that whatsoever. £100,000 from Kangzhou Mighty Lions. Thank you very much. Toodaloo, give me that 100 grand into the bank, please. Thank you very much. Still got more than a month till the next game. And still, emails and players are coming in and going out. We've reached the beginning of the transfer window. So now, coming into the club, Park Ji-soo and Yan Junling, making the starting lineup look particularly stronger than it did previously. Rather evidently, the next port of call is that left-back spot, then probably Zhong Yi-hao as well. So hopefully funds will stretch that far. With all of the ins and multiple outs, we actually still have a budget of about what we had when we started. 2.4 we started with, 2.5 I've got left. So this is going well so far. Thankfully, there was loads of players that weren't good enough in the starting lineup. So, or in the squad, sorry. So we were able to raise quite a bit. £1 million for Gao Junyi seems like a no-brainer, really. And then I would be tempted to bring Altai with me, actually. But I think I might like a winger. We might have a look at the free agents. Might see if there's a winger available in the free agents once we've gotten Gao Junyi in. And then, hopefully, there might even be enough left for a loan of some description. We'll offer 9.10. They're probably going to want over market value, I would imagine, here. The answer is no, they don't. Thank you. Wages are quite high, though. £13,000 here. We'll offer him 11 and hope that he signs. We can see what we've got left in our budget now, so it's fine. 2 years. I'm surprised he only wanted 2, but 2 is fine by me. And yeah, we'll offer 11. I'm surprised they still haven't fixed the number thing. 11 grand signed. Gao Junyi's in. That's a 61 to 69 rated upgrade as well. We are looking much, much stronger than we were pre-transfer window. Hopefully, with all of these improvements to the defensive part of the squad and the team, fingers crossed, we won't be quite so leaky at the back now. Everyone that we wanted to move on has now been moved on. I've nobody else left on the transfer list waiting to be sold. So my current remaining budget at this stage now remains at £2 million-ish. Now, I have some options on my shortlist. There weren't that many options at all, really, on the loan list or transfer list. There was basically nothing at all on the free agents list in wide areas, certainly. Now, on the transfer list, actually, is Andrew Naboot, who's not that highly rated, but we know from our time in the A-League is very good. So I would be slightly tempted to maybe pick him up out wide, knowing that he can do a job. From within our current division, there's Yang Liu, who is currently at Guan, who is particularly good physically. Technically, he's all right, but not sensational. Then there's Zhoka, who is just good across the board, really, in all fronts. He's at Wuhan, so he's within this division as well. And there's a 32-year-old Jeffrey Schlupp that's available on the transfer list at Crystal Palace as well. Now, obviously, China is kind of the original Saudi, if you know what I mean, in terms of the alternative financial option other than MLS for aging players. Now, my issue with Jeffrey Schlupp would be wages. I can't afford 50 grand a bloody week. So what I'm going to do is try and sign Zhoka, I think. If I can't get Zhoka in to go on the left-hand side for me, then I'd be very sorely tempted to bring in Naboot, knowing that we know how good he can be. But Zhoka is obviously the significantly better player, so we will approach to buy at Wuhan, and we'll try and get it done for about 1.5. I'm going to try and be cheeky here, you know. I'm going to say 1.3, and we'll see if they'll negotiate. They will negotiate. They would like valuation, but they might come down. How about 1,470? 1-4-70 they will take. Wuhan are willing to let Joker go. And we are more than welcome to let Joker come in. Again, obviously crucial because he's 71 rated and he's going to walk straight into the starting lineup. At 29, 2 years is fine. We do see this as a stopgap job, so we obviously don't want to leave them in the lurch by only offering 1-year deals to everybody. But at the same time, we're not like, oh, let's keep him for 4 years and then make sure we retain the sell-on value because, quite frankly, we're not going to be here for it to be an issue. 8 grand a week. Joker is in. Welcome from Wuhan, my man. Joker will start very much so on the left-hand side for us. And on this occasion, we haven't sold anyone to replace the position. So actually, he's going to come in and just add to the squad depth that we have here. Zhang can certainly do a job off the bench, that's for sure. We're not going to need Hu on the bench there as a goalkeeper. Yan Zhenling will be able to play every minute of every game. Are you right-footed? They're both right-footed, so it doesn't really matter who plays where. Now, I would like, perhaps, a centre-mid if possible, and I might be open to selling maybe the other striker to fund that. It depends how much money we've got left. There is the Hungarian free agent there. What have I got left? 420 grand. Ugh, that's not a lot of pennies, is it, really? Altai was more expensive than that. What would this guy want a week? A sizable amount of money. We might have to wait on that front now to see if anything else develops through the window. Regardless, we have a game to play here. We're up to 3rd in the league. We're only 4th off Shandong Taishan at the top now as Chengdu have fallen off top spot. And against the side that are in 7th and only 6 points behind us, it's not going to be an easy fixture. Now, have we improved with all of the transfers we've made? One would like to imagine so, considering we're now significantly high rated in every position that we improved in. And obviously, He Guan will be dropped as well when the other centre-back is made available again. Off to Union Park Stadium for the game to hopefully send us closer to top spot. They're going 4-3-3 for this one. Because the graphics are so broken, seemingly at the minute for what I presume is just this league, or at least some of the non-mainstream leagues. We'll show you the lineups via this menu here. So Yake Wu in goal is 65. They do have, seems to be some strong centre-back partnerships in the division, doesn't there? Sun Tzu and Roshitz, 69 and 71. I think we might be targeting that left-back. Very tight midfield, although Peter Jules, no idea how to pronounce that, I'm sorry, will be the go-to for them at 73 rated. Might even be the highest rated player on the pitch. Zaginio on the right-hand side is very decent. And Robert Beric up top is going to be pretty good as well. Long Tan is not great. They don't have really any options on the bench. We're much stronger. Now we just need to find out how much stronger. Are those new signings going to take this side to the next level and hopefully to the next position in the division? Oh, it's given away. That's poor from Yatai. Forward quickly. You already know that Shempong's wanting to get free on that left foot, but Sun Tzu looks like he's a bit of a unit at centre-back. We can have our work cut out trying to get past him. Gao Junyu looks like he's pretty sizable and could do a job too. That's a decent through ball. Keeper's going to come out though, on his toes. Yan Zhenling, 34 years of age. We're expecting obviously a little bit of decline in some of the older players that we sign, but we know that they've got the current quality to do the job. And even with a little bit of a decline, they're still going to be significantly better than the players they were replacing in the 11. Looking for Nazario here. Lovely turn. Little ball back here to a Shempong. Burst of acceleration. Find the space. Have the shot. Good save by Wuyake. Wang will take the corner. It's not bad, you know. Park Ji-su's up. Nazario underneath this. Down to Zhoka. It's cleared well. Or at least blocked well. That ended up being a clearance. Gao Junyi. A spin by Wang. Keep the ball. Options inside. A Shempong bumped off it well by the centre-back who we think is going to be a bit of a unit. But there's the effort. And Wuyake drawn into the save again. Okay, well, we're certainly looking like we're going to be a bit of a better side defensively thus far. But offensively, the goals aren't yet flowing still. Hamit to Zhang Yufeng. Nice tackle. Shockers away. And there's just so much room to get into. Shempong's made the run the wrong side of the defender there, really. Tuck it inside to him now. and use that acceleration. And you always fancy a man this deadly in front of goal when presented with an opportunity like that. Henan are genuine Chinese Super League title contenders this season, it seems. Zhang Yufeng. Shot to Dinamut. Bit of footwork and the effort. Well saved by Yan. Needed saving, but save it he did. Corner to come in. That's not a bad ball, actually. Gotten rid of the first, gotten rid of the second, and a counter maybe. Sharp turn and a ball out wide for support. A Shempong. Pace. Oh, where's the defence? There is none. A Shempong, surely. Across here to Nazario. Yeah, the goalkeeper was like head in hands, like what is going on? He's also wearing one of our kits, apparently. I think I'm with the goalkeeper there. Where was the defence? 2-0. Dinamut. Out to Yan Long. Dinamut again. Good save. Goalkeeper proving to be well worth the pennies thus far. That was a decent header by Shempong, but Hamet's going to step in. He's had some work to do, the goalkeeper. It's not like the new defenders so far have completely stopped or nullified any other attacking. And no clean sheet on debut for the left-back, the centre-back or the goalkeeper in part of our new defensive unit. They've pulled one back here, Yatai. Whether they're back in the game or not, I don't know. But Beric is obviously, was he 70 rated? So one of the better players on the pitch. And it's an accomplished finish by the striker. 2-1. Lovely driven ball into Nazario. Where's the challenge? Denic. Wang. I see Nazario making the run. Can he get to this first? He can! Oh, mate. What a ball over the top and goal that would have been if he could have just kept the header down. Bit of a 50p head. Lovely ball. Maybe I should have tried to pass it to a Shempong, but yikes, I think, is the only word that comes to mind for that header, unfortunately. Tan Long, nice tackle. Wang will get away. Nazario's there. They do actually have some defensive shape now. Here's Yel Yan. It's a great run. And Nazario's there and he's in some space, but surely we go to a Shempong in this situation. All blocked well by the defence. They're standing firm, Yantai. Yatai even, sorry. Yantai, well done, Ches. Nazario, no more standing firm. Oh my lord, he's missed the target. I was certain that was going to be 3-1. Hence the no more standing firm because we've knocked them down. We haven't. They're still standing. Be a great way to start the second half. We can get a third. Maybe should have played the ball back to Nazario there. Option was on. Here's Beric. Nice turn by Tan Long. Nice tackle by Haiguan. Denic, Shinar. I see the run of the man in the middle there. It's Wang. He's flicked it on nicely. Can we find a Shempong in the middle in some space? No, Sun Tzu's standing firm again. I really like Denic, you know. Through the gap. Right, bury it this time, please, Nazario. Thank you, mate. Tidy finish as well. He went to thwack the other one into the top corner and missed it. So a little bit of finesse this time. Placement over power, and placement comes out on top. Buried beautifully in the bottom corner. We have a little bit of daylight between ourselves and Yatai. Tidy finish that. Really, really comfortably done. And the visitors ticks over to 3, as you saw there. Here's Zhong off the bench. Hold your run, Nazario. Good lad. And Wang! Can't wrap his foot around it looking for a fourth. There's only 90 seconds plus stoppage left, though. You'd like to think that this is the game in the bag. Abdus Salam has just come on for Zhang Yufeng for them. How much longer added on, ref? Not much, I don't think, from this second half, really. First half had more action in it, I feel. And might be 2 minutes at most. It is indeed just the 2. That'll be another 3 points for Henan. We have 4 points off top. Quiet game from a Shempong, actually. Would have expected more from him against it. Oh, hang on. Yeah. Would have expected more from him. He's had a couple of chances in similar situations like that. We'd expect him to hit the target, and I'm kind of disappointed in him that he hasn't. Thankfully, Nazario has stepped up on this occasion, and he's been the man to really drive home the deal up top. Confident in the squad we've got now, though, that we can challenge... Well, we haven't played the top 2 yet, but confident that we can challenge with almost anyone in this division. Chengdu back to winning ways. Shanghai Port get a victory themselves. They're just behind us in the league. Nazario did very well. 20 dribbles in that game. We have ourselves a lot of possession, it feels like, in this division at the minute. I'm enjoying it. Life in China is good so far. The gap at the top to Shandong is still 4 points. 3 to Chengdu. Next up, we have the side in 9th, Qingdao West Coast. I'm actually just going to simulate this one ahead of what is looking like it's going to be a very busy month for us. The Stadio Classico. It's a 2-1 win thanks to a late Denich winner. A Shempong grabbing the other goal for us. So pleased to keep the run going. Chengdu win. Shandong there, I think, won by 3 goals to 2 away from home as well. And the next game comes in just 5 days' time. The border, rather obviously very happy with us. That's a full week, effectively, isn't it? That's good enough. So as we make our way through August, that will be the end of the transfer window at the end of the next episode. But I'm not sure what to do here with regards central midfield. I've still got a couple of players left to try and sell. Although I think actually Newsy is actually the only one that we've got left that we're accepting bids for at this moment in time. He just keeps turning everybody down at the moment. But hopefully he might go to Dundalk. We hope. You never know. I doubt it. And I would like another centre mid. But finances are limited at the moment, obviously, as you can see. £425,000, give or take 50 quid, left in the budget. So I don't know if I could afford the wages of the Hungarian that's currently on our shortlist in Nikitsa. Tamas Nikitsa is a player that obviously would be unreal for our midfield. I don't know if I can afford his wages. I don't want to go in and end up finding out that... Actually, can I delegate? I could delegate. Can I afford? Well, it reckons I could. Maybe we can afford his wages. Okay. Do I or don't I? I think this one I'll leave open to you. Tamas Nikitsa, as an all-round free agent midfielder, 6'4" as well. 3-star, 3-star. I can't afford to buy Altai, but I can afford to get Tamas in on a free. Would add some good depth and really just give us an alternative option in midfield to Denich and Wang at the minute, which I don't really have with only 61 rated Huang Ruifeng as my next go-to centre mid. Sovic is obviously my go-to alternative striker, although we haven't needed an alternative striker so far. He's 66 rated. I've not used him yet, but with 74 finishing, I probably would just give it a whack from anywhere with him and use him as a bit of a lump. I think centre mid is really the only place where we could do with a little bit more depth now, to be honest. But the question is he the man? If he isn't, then we will have a look through the transfer window yet further. But seeing as we have someone that we like the look of on the shortlist already, I will let you guys in the YouTube comment section decide the future of that rotation centre mid option. If you think we should get the Hungarian, then say so, and we will get the Hungarian. If you think we should look elsewhere, then say so, and we shall look elsewhere. But it's going to have to be a free agent or a loan. That is for damn sure, because I can't afford a transfer fee. That's all for this one, though. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Do drop the video a like if you're enjoying the save. Do make sure you subscribe to the channel for the rest of this season. It's not going to take us long to get through in China, and there might be some trophies at the end of the season to come with us to our next job as well, we hope. But for now, third and going well. I'll see you next time.